I'm Jennifer and this is Kate, and today on the feast of Our Lady of Lourdes, we have another great Catholic book find to share with you.
Every so often we read a book that is so good that it ends up on our Catholic do not miss list. And this book, Everyday Miracles of Lourdes, definitely qualifies.
So if you're a Lourdes fan, and even if you're not a Lourdes fan, you definitely don't want to miss this book.
So today we're sharing all the different things that we love about this book, so let's get started.
So the first thing is that we really love how this book focuses on the everyday miracles of Lourdes. These are all the spiritual, mental, physical healings that happen there every day that are never going to make it into the official record book, and yet they are real and powerful just the same.
So the author states that no one who goes to Lourdes ever leaves empty-handed, and this book is full of 20 stories that back that up. They are stories of all different kinds of people at all different ages with all different problems who all experienced healing at Lourdes.
Starting with the author herself. In chapter 1, she tells her own story with a lot of honesty and humor, very candid, and it's such an interesting story.
So in 2002, she was suffering from agoraphobia, which is an anxiety disorder that made it very hard for her to leave her house. She was afraid of being stuck in certain situations like a crowded store or church.
This problem came on very gradually, but it got to the point where she couldn't even go to the grocery store except during the middle of the night because then it would be empty, and she couldn't go to Mass except at the local hospital chapel because it was usually just her and the priest.
But eventually, one of her friends convinced her to go to Lourdes, and let's just say getting her on the plane was a miracle in and of itself. But then, spoiler alert, while she was at Lourdes, she was completely healed of this anxiety.
And not only did God heal her completely, he then took her suffering and then used it for a greater good. When she got home, she was inspired to found the Our Lady of Lourdes Hospitality North American Volunteers, which is a mouthful.
But this is an organization that helps those who are sick, often very sick, travel to Lourdes every year with help of volunteers. And some of these volunteers are trained medical professionals, and others are just people who want to help.
So if you have some type of complex medical problem, maybe you're on dialysis or on oxygen, and you think there's no way I could ever travel internationally, you can still get to Lourdes with the help of this organization and its wonderful volunteers.
And we learned from the book that Lourdes itself is almost entirely staffed by volunteers, which is another miracle because Lourdes is the most popular pilgrimage site in Europe.
It is a very busy place, and some people will go and volunteer a week there every single year. They just keep going back. Sometimes families go and volunteer together. It's just amazing and beautiful.
The book also gives you a lovely behind-the-scenes look at Lourdes, not just behind the miracles, but kind of what a day in the life at Lourdes is like.
The book takes you right inside the train station, the baths, the hospitals. You get to see what really goes on there.
So if you just can't make it to Lourdes right now, but really want to see what it's like, then here you go. This book has got you covered.
So when you look at the big picture of Lourdes, it's just a great reminder of how much the Blessed Mother loves us and cares for us.
And when you read the stories, you realize that nothing that happens at Lourdes is ever an accident. All the people you travel with and you meet, all the things you see are all intentional.
Yes, it all screams work of a highly organized mother, the Blessed Mother. She has the utmost love and care for us, and it definitely shows at Lourdes.
So as we keep saying, the book has tons of great stories, and one of our favorites was about Earl from New Orleans. He had the chance to volunteer at Lourdes and absolutely fell in love with it and St. Bernadette while he was there.
But it wasn't until he got back that he experienced his true Lourdes miracle. It was during Hurricane Katrina when he was helping his neighbor's mother evacuate from the storm, and something completely amazing happened.
So we won't give away any spoilers, but we love this amazing story.
One last thing to know about the book, and we really love this, All the proceeds from the sales go right back into the volunteer organization, the Our Lady of Lourdes Hospitality North American Volunteers. And that money goes to fund future trips for sick pilgrims. So if you buy a copy of the book, you're definitely donating to a very worthy cause. The author is getting nothing for all her time and effort.
So Everyday Miracles of Lourdes, definitely a do not miss book. It could be a great Valentine's Day present or Mother's Day present. Buy your mom a copy in honor of the Blessed Mother.
It could also make a really good Easter gift for older teenagers or young adults, or you could buy a copy and donate it to your church library.
So let us know down in the comments if you've read this book, and if you have, what was your favorite story?
So we hope today's video was helpful for you. We thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.